We are at 2855 North 52nd Street. This is a duplex. And I'm just looking on the outside of it. I could already tell you right now, without even looking, we will definitely have to replace the roof. The roof we're looking at, the house is 1928. Let's look at the side. I'm pretty confident we're going to have to do a tear off and replace. From 28, it's moved back 1930, 1950, 1970. And I'm correct. There's 3 layers, so you're gonna have to tear that off. That's the last layer from the last year, where they'll have that you can add the 3rd layer. So we will have to tear off the roof and replace it. The soffits and fascias look like they're in great shape. We just have some rust on it. That's something that we could wash off, as well as paint, but they look like they're in really good shape. We got a little bit of issue with the soffit and the siding up on the almost like the 2.5 floor, the attic area. We just have to go ahead and repair that. That wouldn't be hard. We're on a hill. That's going to be really good for the basement and underneath. I'd still like to see a little bit of grading, but not much. Maybe just mulch it. I can see there's a garden over here. I'm not sure if that's going to be the neighbors or ours, but we have to take care of that. Make sure the tenants take care of that as well. The front, we have some trim work around the doors, scrape and paint. Gutters would have to be scraped and paint. They're in decent shape, where we probably could just scrape and paint them. Windows, they're older, but they look like they're in good shape. Scrape and paint. We're mulching this. This edging is not done properly. Maybe we could just get this redone properly. We have a crack. That's going to be totally fine for now. There's no issues with the sidewalk or the steps. That railing from this angle, there's a lot of rust on it. As long as we scrape it and paint it, we'll be fine, but there might be some areas that are really, really worn down that we might have to reuse or redo. So we're probably going to have to tear out some of these sections and rebuild this the fencing, but we'll figure that out when we get up there. These are all nice and strong. We have a little bit of siding issue, but that's not bad. That's just a trim edge. The grass is yellow, but hopefully that'll come back soon. It looks like there's a lot of green that's starting to come through there, so we probably won't have any issues with that grass either. Sidewalk has already been done a little bit. We've got a little bit of damage on the side of the steps, so we just need to repair that. Looks like the cap is actually loosening up for that top step, but we could just probably repair that for now. It doesn't look like it's going to be a large issue. We have 2 gas meters. Let's take a step back. We'll see what will happen, because that might be fine because it's off that step. So the question that was asked was that there's a you can see that how that downspout goes right into this concrete. That could be part of the reason why there's issues in the concrete on this side all the way around the cap, but unfortunately there's nowhere where we could take that downspout, and because that will just smear up that little area where there's a plant and mulch. If we take it across here, it would be a hazard for step, even if it's underneath the stairs. Yeah, so because what will happen is considered a tripping hazard. It cannot cross the sidewalk in either way. So technically, as long as the basement is fine, which we'll find out soon, if it's fine, we leave it. Just because that's going to be a very hard downspout to deal with. And like I said, if we extend it out, it will cross the sidewalk, which would be considered a tripping hazard. Okay, we got some soffit and fascia repair work, so we're just going to have to cover those areas again. So we just need to come back and replace those, rewrap it. Again, the windows look fine. It looks like that we're missing a couple storms up there. Maybe we could find out if we have those, or we're going to have to replace them. And again, we're looking at an issue where we could probably just replace all the windows, or majority of the windows. We'll see when we get inside and see which ones that we'll have to scrape and paint, and then the other ones that we would keep.
Leaded glass.
Yeah, we got some leaded glass. Those are the ones we'll probably keep. We have an AC unit, 2 electric services. Yeah, the 2 service boxes for meter. We're going to do a new storm door. There's a possible tripping hazard right there, just to give you a heads up. The back porch, looks like it's in good shape. We'll see what's happening upstairs. That could be a code violation. everything looks fine. I think it's just scraping and painting it. We'll see if we'll be able to get out and look at what it looks like on the floor. But everything looks fine right here. This area I'd like to see graded. Everything else looks like it's in good shape. Besides that, obviously no storm on the second floor or the third floor, scraping and painting, or unless we plan to replace these windows. We have a step that we're going to have to repair going into the garage, scrape and paint the garage, obviously new roof. We have some siding damage that we're going to have to repair. We're looking at a new door here. This would have to put a brand new overhead door. We have some damage on the siding. Besides that, everything else looks good.
Some church here. Safer.
Yeah, we have a church back here, which is good. And this is our back alley. Let's go check out the neighborhood and then we'll go inside. We have a nice slab here. I'm not sure if this is our slab. Again, it's starting to go a little bit into the neighbors, but it's majority in ours. So I'm thinking this is our slab. So we have a 2-car garage and a 2 slab. So there'll be more than enough parking space for your tenants. And here we go with the neighborhood. A lot of nice, beautiful brick homes. And a lot of duplexes down this neighborhood. We have a school down the way. And that's about it. See you inside.